Oh, is that the warm-up? Oh yeah, it was.
That
We
was
didn't
the
do
warm-up, yeah.
bans.
So Trip bans first. We might see some chat shenanigans going on with the IE being added to everything. I don't know whether you've been keeping up with Trips matches in particular, but uses a different language.
He likes typing weird, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's all good to be fair. I'm just gonna grab the
So
map.
he's basically
for...
PC classic then. Nice.
Say again, I just didn't quite catch that.
There's a console player who reminds me of him. His name is Classids.
Oh really?
He types correctly on purpose a whole lot. He's in my Discord too. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
So I've just given the maps to Dnmd. Hopefully he should be able to. Haha, Dnmd calling Tripanozoma out on being a Smurf. News to me that this could be Redis.
That's not Redis. No. I doubt that's Redis.
I mean, tough to keep this in mind anyway. We'll see whether Tripanozoma responds with bans or whether he responds with a ban.
Listen, Benson, I wouldn't know if he was Redis or not. Okay?
Tripanozoma getting the maps for Dnmd. Dragon City is where he doesn't want to go. Plaza being banned now. Sure enough.
Well, it's not like Redis is typing in chat, so it could be him.
Theme park. I don't know, man. Tripanozoma clearly wanted to pick theme park.
Oh, did he?
Why, he seems to be quite upset that Dnmd has banned it.
So, theme park, he's not typing in chat.
Oh, you're starting to add this up in your head.
I mean, it's adding up, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. It's not illegal to enter as a Smurf. It's not against the rules. You just don't
I was gonna say, what if it is 10? Does it mean anything?
No, you don't get penalized. You just don't get the rewards on the main account. Alright, so it seems like Speed City Knights it is. As you were saying, Speed City Knights a pretty common pick for the first one.
Not surprising.
Alright, so we get into this. Both these players incredibly good with grapples.
Right. Maybe he's typing a bunch just to make it seem like he's not who people think he is.
Could be. And a reverse grapple from Tripanozoma. Also a characteristic almost synonymous with Redis at this point. Although
yeah, I'm watching. Okay, yeah, that's him. No, that's him. That's Redis. No. I just saw the way he played Speed City. That's him. There's zero denying it.
Well, I'll commentate as if it's not anyway. We don't know for sure after all.
The chat is being spammed.
Oh man, everyone's like it's Redis.
Yeah, Rock, Benson, Sorax, and Taters, they all know it's Redis, just like us.
Well, regardless, you know, he's playing under the Trip name. You gotta respect that. Dnmd, taking no prisoners, doesn't care if it's Redis. Dnmd will play as if it's anyone else.
Yeah, whether it's Redis or not is irrelevant. Dnmd is still winning.
But yeah, 2-0 at the moment in this game. We'll see whether Tripanozoma can handle the pressure of being potentially exposed. Interesting bomb usage there from Dnmd.
Yeah, that was
Recognizing it with the oops. And even more interesting hook usage. That was very strange.
Since I've started watching the losers bracket, I've seen a lot of not thought in items.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one. I wouldn't say it could be though that there's a bit of a ping difference between these two players, and that Dnmd was potentially ahead on his screen and just wanted to
probably
get rid of
because Redis isn't NA.
Yeah. Dnmd being a Brazilian player. So I'm sure, I don't know. Tripanozoma seems to be matching the level of Dnmd now. Has realized who he's up against. Another great rocket.
You shot a missile there twice now.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch how he plays this up here.
Who am I watching?
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Alright.
Usually Redis likes to just go straight for the boost.
Oh yeah?
He doesn't go bottom at all.
Well, in that case, a distinction between the two then. Given that Trip waited.
I've noticed that about Redis in general, like he does things not a lot of people do.
Getting incredible speed here from Dnmd. Although he's got to work for it now, because Tripanozoma took the bottom route. And a good hook as well. A little
You want me to
mistake
call him Trip?
Now we got to call him Tripanozoma.
I'll call him Trip.
Yeah. Interesting grapples there from Trip as well. Managed to catch up. And a good dodge there from both players. Tiny mistake there from Tripanozoma.
Ooh, he tried the box slope.
And Reddit. Trip predicted it. Oh man, I
Who?
can't even do it anymore.
Who? Who, Edakk?
It's Tripanozoma that we're watching right now.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah. Despite that, we've got sudden death coming up in 20 seconds. Both these players really evenly matched right now. Could be taken here though. Tripanozoma.
I feel like Trip isn't really playing though.
You think?
He could just be messing around. Yeah. I've seen the way he's playing. That's the third time I've seen a rocket get shot up there.
Every single time. Tripanozoma hit that rocket 3 times and Dnmd ran into it 3 times. Tough breaks. Regardless
Unlucky.
though. Tripanozoma gets the first point.
He plays as Smurf to hide his nerves. He could be Taters. He very well could be.
It's possible. We're seeing Oasis Abyss from Dnmd now. Something that we haven't seen all day, as far as I'm aware.
Well, at least he's not picking just Oasis.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Oasis Abyss? What's your opinion?
Abyss has always been kind of a, like... I remember a while ago I thought it was a really good map, but once I actually started becoming a better player, I noticed that anybody can really just go really fast on this map.
Yeah.
Not particularly bad, it's just not difficult.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, Dnmd barely gets hit by the ice.
Also, I just noticed Trip wasn't playing and Redis said something in chat, so yeah, thus confirming it even more.
Tough. I mean, I also want to note that Dnmd opting for the early item on the first round there. Something that I haven't actually seen all day, or at all actually in the Cosmonaut Circuit. something that is very stylistic of players.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bit of item spam here from Dnmd.
Yeah. I think he's probably fishing for a certain item and just using the ones that he doesn't want right now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bombs that aren't connecting either. Kind of sad.
Yeah. Dnmd though doesn't care about the item spam. Just take the round anyway.
You know, dude, we need to rename this match Redis versus Dnmd. Easy. That's the match we all want to. Okay,
Ooh.
Dnmd just going straight through the freeze ray.
Yeah, ping issues clearly present here. I'm sure Tripanozoma is not happy about that one.
As Redis would say, you stupid lagger.
I'm expecting a laggy gingy.
Ooh, that missile was nice.
Yeah, very well played by Dnmd. Although we have been in this position before and Trip actually came back.
See, look, lagging. He just typed it in the chat. Or the super chat.
Yeah.
Okay, if that freeze ray didn't hit him, I would have been very confused. It was nice though.
Yeah. A little mistake there by Trip. We're also seeing Dnmd go for the item route right there. Seems like a bit needlessly complicated on his part. Trip forgetting which gate was open. Huge mistake.
We went over the box. Couldn't go over that one though. Ooh, and Dnmd just going into the corner.
Yeah, really tough break there. Damn,
Another freeze ray.
Ice miss.
Ooh.
Wow, Dnmd takes that pretty
So the
convincingly.
shockwave missile combo.
I mean, yeah, incredible item play from both players.
I'm waiting to see Trip pick theme park any second now.
It could be. It could be.
If it's theme park, it's 1000% him. No denying it.
It's a case of.
Oh my god, he's laboratory. That also might be a Redis play.
Hovering over lab. Might want to try and catch Dnmd out on the new map pick. Maybe.
I don't know who would willingly pick that map.
Ooh, Metro.
Metro, alright.
Both these players here pretty good at items, so I don't know whether this might be a mistake. Oh, and Tripanozoma going for the jump underneath the box slopes, the boxes even.
Right.
Something that will conserve a lot more momentum. Tripanozoma a huge lead as a result, relatively speaking, when you're talking about Metro.
Hey, this could be anyone's game.
Well, yeah, of course. It's all about decision making on this map because the map itself is so easy to run it grapple wise that it's all about the items.
Up until you get to about this point. Oh my god, Trip.
Incredible optimization.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally not a smurf, dude.
A great bomb there to block the rocket from Dnmd.
Ooh, that box almost hit him on the forehead. Ooh.
So we got a prediction there, and it
Alright,
works
well,
out.
he just went through the fireball anyway.
There's clearly some ping at play here.
And, okay, yeah! Nice one, Trip. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm wondering so much about this Smurf anymore. Another great bomb
Ooh.
from Dnmd.
Unlucky. Yeah, Taves is right. There's no question anymore, especially not after that.
This is, well, Taters is now saying that Dnmd might actually be Dnmd.
Now that one I don't know about. I don't know if he'd be super rusty, but this doesn't seem like I don't know actually.
Potentially some free play antics going on, causing Dnmd and Tripanozoma to be much better than they actually appear, if of course they are Redis and Dnmd. But we'll presume for the better of everyone here that they're not Smurfs, and they're just really good players.
That BM was hectic.
Yeah, Trip waiting there after he hit the item. Joffy asking in chat why people think that it's Dnmd.
Dnmd, so Dnmd, Dnmd.
Yeah, it was a thing that happened yesterday where Dnmd actually is registered under Blue Cosmo as well, something that's characteristic of Dnmd back in the day as well. Also being from Brazil, but obviously less of a evidence, you know.
Yeah.
Tripanozoma just...
Actually, wait, you said Dnmd is a Brazilian player?
Yeah.
Wasn't Dnmd a Brazilian player?
Indeed.
Okay, yeah, is there any denying it?
Well, yeah, because I'm sure that there's probably a player that has the username Dnmd. It's only 4 letters after all.
I mean, maybe, but it seems awful convenient they're both Brazilian players.
Yeah, I mean, the Brazilian scene is huge though. Like, I'd probably say it's second biggest after the UK scene.
Really?
On PC at least,
I guess I wouldn't know. Okay, Trip needs to calm down with that swag.
Tripanozoma might be getting a bit bored there of waiting for Dnmd every 5 seconds. Decides to just end it. He's got 2-1 now. A really interesting match for sure. Both of these players trying to conceal their identity, maybe to try and hide the nerves.
Here's what I want to know. Did Dnmd ever really have a map he liked?
Power Plant was pretty common of Dnmd, I think, back in the day.
So Power Plant and Theme Park.
We'll see though. Dnmd seems to be pretty fine just playing a random workshop for now.
Trip is typing a lot in chat.
Yeah, it was something that caused a few issues for Ailamar in the first day. Tripanozoma...
Maybe he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I'd imagine that it's probably a tactic to try and tilt the opponent. Obviously that's not against the rules, trash talk is completely fine, but as soon as it becomes harassment, then that's where you draw the line.
I don't know, man, all those letters seems like borderline harassment to me.
I mean, it hasn't been called as a problem from Dnmd just yet, so clearly there's no issue. And a good start from Tripanozoma here.
Yeah.
Getting a few minimal optimizations. Potentially a bad rocket placement there from Dnmd though.
Yeah, I would have saved the rocket.
Yeah, maybe on the wall climb would have been better. I'm not sure about.
Ooh, that laggy hook.
Yeah. Often a staple of the cross-continental matches is the fact that hooks tend not to connect because they're a client-side item, so, or rather server-side, I imagine. Or, to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about. Can you tell?
Not really.
You know, I just say lots of complicated words in a row. Hope people know what I'm talking about.
You're trying to think of things to commentate about. I can relate, trust me.
Alright, so we got Tripanozoma with a 2-0 lead here in Texas Rodham, despite it being Dnmd's pick.
Yeah, it's a shame when you pick a map and then you lose on it.
Yeah, that's tough.
He hasn't lost yet, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't help for mindset either.
sometimes you might lose confidence. We start to get a little nervous.
Oh, and a trip there from Trip. That's a tough break from Dnmd. We're going to go to match point for Tripanozoma. 3-1 so far.
Got the double no. Can we get commentators to use the proper names? I mean, the proper names are Trip and Dnmd. That's what they are they not? I mean, regardless of who they actually are, we gotta say their names, because that's what they entered as. Why are we ending on Pitfall again?
This is Dnmd's pick.
I feel like any time somebody reaches 3 wins, we just go straight to Pitfall. I don't get it.
It might be a bit of a desperation pick, hoping that maybe the nerves of being on match point get to the opponent. It's obviously one map where you have to be really consistent with your grapples.
Yeah, well, Trip isn't letting up.
And yeah, it doesn't seem like
Yo,
there's
Benson,
any...
you good in chat, dude?
Benson, it's not illegal to enter as a Smurf. It's just illegal to enter as a Smurf and then expect the rewards to be put on your main account. It's obviously a little bit disrespectful to play on a Smurf, but I can't do anything about that, really.
Yeah, he's waiting on Dnmd a lot too.
Yeah, because obviously, in terms of Smurfs, if we just talk on that for a second, you have to be able to prove that it's a Smurf, and to be honest, that involves a lot of work when you're trying to check IPs and see if they're from the same area. And the problem there is you might not even have, I don't know, you might be using a VPN, so that would conceal your identity almost completely, at least for our purposes. You know, we don't have the technology to be able to detect that sort of thing.
I mean, Jarrett's right. It's not in the rules, is it?
It isn't in the rules.
So you can't just Smurf.
Anyway, we've got Dnmd in the lead right now after a pretty long round here, but it doesn't seem to matter. Tripanozoma gets a taunt here.
Really? Damn, I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, I mean he's really playing on the tilt for both these players. Again, like I say, Tripanozoma may be the most controversial entrant in this tournament because of the playstyle, using everything to his advantage. Incredible speed there, was so far behind, right close to the blast zone, but
yeah, he caught up like it was nothing.
That's got to be an incredibly tough trick to do. I couldn't even dream of doing that.
I mean, I know how to go fast right there on Pitfall now. Rather showed me a little trick.
Still though, incredibly consistent from Tripanozoma to actually, and again, 2 times in a row, but messes it up slightly that time.
Yeah, once you know how to play Pitfall correctly, it's not very hard to keep your consistency on it. At least from my experience.
And a great ball from Dnmd.
Ooh, the fireball ending him. He went all the way to sudden death. Just because of the waiting.
Yeah. Seems that Tripanozoma making excuses for why he got hit by that ball being the lag. Maybe even in defeat trying to tilt Dnmd into thinking that it's his fault. We'll see a real presence of mind here from Dnmd if he's able to come back.
You know what?
This.
Maybe Trip is waiting because of lag, you know? How about that?
It could be that the blind runners is just too much. And
you never know, dude.
It could be
what
a viable
if Trip
strategy.
is the lagger?
I mean, it's the best of both worlds, really, where Trip gets to see again and doesn't have to blind run. Wow, and also taunting. Let's not forget about taunting. It's also well, it can be, depending on the player, very, very tilting to taunt in a tournament setting.
Yeah. Some people have told me that
Interesting.
taunting gets tricky. Yeah, that was okay.
I don't think I've seen that, at least not very often, that both players get frozen. Normally one player wins, especially in a laggy condition where you're
Yeah,
playing
that doesn't
cross-platform.
happen often.
Huh. Very interesting.
Uh-oh.
Again, waiting.
Again. This is Dnmd's last chance.
It is,
Just
yeah.
realized.
It's actually quite tough for me to think about what to say about Tripanozoma because it's clear that he's not playing seriously anymore and he's just sort of messing around with the Dnmd.
Here's what I want to know, Edakk. Let's just say this was Dnmd. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, he recovered.
Very
But
close.
let's just say this was Dnmd. Is he playing like he did back in the day, or was he better then?
I would say it's hard to tell because skill is all relative, right? So Dnmd was much ahead of his time.
Right.
Lots of players were much worse than this, much less consistent, and even the most consistent players are way less consistent than the players that play today. Just because of how many hours they had, the game was newer back then. So obviously less time to practice. That being said, Dnmd does definitely look rusty if this is Dnmd. Tripanozoma blasting through that pulse like it was nothing and then messing up on the bit that wasn't blocked by the pulse.
Yeah, I'm noticing that Trip is keeping this to go to sudden death.
Yeah, it's interesting here. Oh, and a good item from Dnmd is going to close out the match probably.
Ooh. Could we be seeing a comeback, or is Trip gonna end this?
I think it's tough here. If Tripanozoma has any will to end it on this match, I think he'll probably start playing more seriously in this round here.
He could just end it right here.
Dnmd struggling to keep up here.
It looks like he's going for it, actually. Look at him.
Yeah, there you go. Tripanozoma takes the
When
win.
did end it? Alright, folks, that was Redis versus Dnmd.
So in all seriousness, Tripanozoma moves on now to, I think, losers semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed.
Right.
So we've got